The president will give his sixth State of the Union address tonight, and now he's thinking about what his legacy will be. WCCB political contributor Mary C. Curtis is here with me this morning with a look at the plans the president is going to lay out before a Republican-led Congress. And this is going to be a very interesting one because this is the president's first State of the Union speech before a Congress that is Republican majority in both houses. How do you expect it to go over? Before we even get to the issues, how do you expect it to go over?
Well, you always see some people clapping, some people sitting down.
Right.
It's the political theater of it. And I think people will be wary. He's already laid out some of what he's going to say, so it won't be a huge surprise. So I think you kind of can predict the parts the Republicans won't like.
Now, the focus is largely going to be on the economy, getting jobs, and taxes.
Well, for the first time, basically, the economy is looking up, and he's giving these State of the Union addresses. He can point to, oh, the stock market is booming, rising jobs, lower gas prices, and you can be sure that he's going to want to take some credit for that.
Now, Republicans typically, as it relates to taxes, tend to be for less taxation, but this is one of the things that the president is discussing. He's looking at different ways to cut taxes on some and then give tax breaks to others. How do you expect that to go over in the audience?
Oh, well, not very well, the tax information. At the same time, he's talked about income inequality. So he's trying to help with credits and other relief, low and middle income folks who might not have seen the benefits of the rising economy as much as the folks on the top.
You know, you brought up, I'm sorry to interrupt, you just brought up an interesting point, though, because the president is trying to laud that the economy is starting to tick up, but there are still people who are hurting, and so this isn't going to be all celebratory.
No, it won't, and he'll be walking the tightrope, but so will Republicans who don't want these tax increases on the higher wage earners. They've already talked about that. They don't want the changes to trust funds and these other capital gains taxes that the president has talked about. But they too are on the page of fighting poverty and income inequality. We've even seen Mitt Romney, of all folks, talk about the poverty issue. So they too want to be seen to be helping the little guy without, of course, increasing taxes on the wealthy.
What tone do you expect the Republican response to take?
Well, it will be one of their rising stars, Joni Ernst, the newly elected senator from Iowa. And you can see, well, they've been attacked for not really appealing to women, and they have one of their prominent women stars taking the lead. And I think she will be talking about income equality, but talking about the way the Republicans can do it without taxing folks.
Do you think her response will be one of attack, though, or will it simply be one of laying out the Republican agenda?
We'll see. You know, you don't want to, they've had other folks who've had these responses and had little glitches on them, from Bobby Jindal to Marco Rubio. So she'll be wanting, I think, to look leaderly, not to look like she will want to be cooperating with the president, but at the same time putting through the Republican agenda. And there'll be a charlatan in the room. There will be a charlatan in the room. She's going to be sitting in the First Lady's box. Yeah. We will talk more about that tomorrow. We're going to get your ideas when you come back tomorrow about how it all went over. You'll see me here. And I'll be expecting you.